guys, so a couple weeks ago, I see an ad for a game called Monopoly Go. Like most of you, I'm looking for a new game because Clash of Clans takes too long to level up my base anymore. So I'm like, all right, I'll get it. And it was a fun 3, 4, 5 days because I played it all day. And then after about day 5, I felt like something weird was happening to me. I felt like I was becoming marketed to in a way that was like manipulative and scary. And it felt like AI was behind it. I don't know, but I just saw this video and it said they have some sort of evil strategy to make you poor. And I kind of picked up on it, but now I'm gonna see what that strategy is and probably how it got half of you too. Here we go.
In a world of illusions and temptations lies a silent predator that promises you connection but thrives on deception. Monopoly Go, the latest mobile game app of the classic board game, so it seems. The industry hails it as a phenomenon, as this free game made over $2 billion in under a year.
I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I guess that's cool, but on the other hand, you gotta be like this girl and be like, hold on, how's a free game make $2 billion? Especially a game like Monopoly, because nobody even likes Monopoly. Name one person who likes it.
The amount didn't come from game sales, but instead from its nearly 8 million daily players.
Every day?
Or payers spending money inside of it. This isn't just a tale of a mobile game. This is a story of millions of players not realizing that beneath this phenomenal board game lie the mechanisms of a casino gaming giant.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought when I played it, but I couldn't exactly put my finger on it.
The studio behind Monopoly Go, Scopely, made its first headlines when it made $1 billion in lifetime revenue just 7 months after launch.
No way! I never felt the urge to buy anything on this game. Like, some of you must have, but why?
With $2 billion, the press celebrates it as a mobile game that made history, never mentioning any comparisons to casino game.
I want to see where exactly the gambling comes in because I could not figure it out. It's done in such a subtle way. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot though.
After 7 years in the making and 250 million downloads later, it's making about $4 million a day, more than traditional casinos.
Dude, if this makes more than actual casinos, I can guarantee you casinos notice this and they're like, we're making our own games right now. You could see like a big casino in Vegas signing with like Star Wars or maybe not a Disney brand, but like they're gonna sign it and then they're gonna have a game and it's gonna be like this.
With $90 billion, it accounts for half of the global games market.
Dang.
China is leading, followed by the US and Europe. And with 60% of Americans playing mobile games, it's not surprising to learn that the US is publishing most of them.
Dude, 60% of people play mobile games? Clash of Clans I get, but like I don't even play that anymore. I don't play any games on my phone. What do you guys play? What's a good one besides Monopoly Go? Clearly this ain't it.
Fast forward and we're swimming in options. 500,000 games on Google Play and another 200,000 on the App Store. No wonder mobile gaming has the highest consumer spending in the world, consistently ranking top 3 across the world.
And it seems like people like it if it has 5 stars. That's the game I remember. That's the game I remember. It was a little bit addicting.
Those who are playing or paying are mostly the older demographics. You might think it's the familiar and nostalgic Monopoly brand that pulls these folks in, but digitizing Monopoly has been done many times before.
Yes.
From Tycoon to Solitaire and Sudoku. Nothing hit like Monopoly Go. So what's its secret?
Gambling.
Stenographer Lizzie Maggie invented and patented a simple board with rectangles, go to jail, and public park. With 2 sets of rules, players collect and spend money. Her mission with this game? To teach the 99% about income inequality.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly didn't know this game was founded in an actual lesson. And then the fact that like if you think about how Monopoly always ends, it's never fun and I always lose. Interesting, wow, Monopoly has some lessons. And now here it is, making the owners of the game rich. Crazy.
The US was deep in the Gilded Age with capitalism as the economic system. So Lizzie created the game to show the dangers of capitalist monopolies.
Or maybe this is Russian socialistic propaganda. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
And she eventually sold her patent to Parker Brothers for just $500. Renamed to Monopoly, the game sold 2 million copies in 2 years, each at $2.
Wow.
30 years later, and Hasbro steps in.
Bro, this girl lost the bag. $500? Did it say she made $2 million or something the year after? That's crazy. She could have had that.
By the late 90s, they owned 85% of the market. Twister, Scrabble, Risk, Clue, Dungeons and Dragons.
They own the Guinness World Records? They own Kevin Hart.
They paused creating new games. Why bother when you can just build on the existing Monopoly brand. After chess, Monopoly is the most played game, holding the Guinness World Record for being played by 500 million.
So that means there's definitely a lot of people that actually like Monopoly. I retract my previous statement. I was wrong.
It's cheaper than building new games and just as lucrative. And that's why Monopoly has every theme you can think of.
They have Bob Ross Monopoly.
Even a Monopoly movie with Kevin Hart is in the talks.
What?
And that strategy of doubling down on that flagship brand pays off. Hasbro mastered brand extensions so much so, mobile gaming was the inevitable next step. So in 2015, Hasbro makes a really smart move.
Did I play any of these? No. Arnold Schwarzenegger? What? These random pictures don't make sense to me.
They partner up with Scopely, who was by then already really big in mobile gaming. Together they first launched the only officially licensed Yahtzee game, which hit 1 million downloads in just 4 days.
That makes sense. All you guys have to do to make millions of dollars is just have like a 100-year-old brand that took the world by storm back in the early 1900s, and then partner with one of the biggest mobile brands, and then you can have millions of downloads. Relatively simple, honestly.
Because their track record of #1 mobile games is long and loaded.
These all look like scam games you see a scam ad for. I've never seen a single one of these. Maybe Wordly? I don't know.
Number 9 on Inc.'s list of the fastest growing companies in America.
Never heard
And
of them.
among their long list of investors, I also found names like Arnold Schwarzenegger and former CEO of Paramount Pictures. And even Ellen couldn't resist partnering with them.
I mean, so would I. If a company's that big and they're like, yo, you want to slice this? I'd be like, maybe. And I don't know if they're making stuff back then that's quite as bad as they are today. This doesn't seem bad, does it?
And in 2023, they hit a jackpot twice. A
Monopoly
$5
Go.
billion acquisition by none other but Saudi Arabia's Sebi Games Group, and a week later, the launch of Monopoly Go.
No way. I mean, a week later, you can't act like that wasn't in development for a long time, right? You can't just make a game in a week. This guy probably knew about it. He's like, oh, you're about to make some bank.
To best translate this into a mobile game, Scopely simply looked at the #1 social casino game that got it all figured out. Coin Master.
Social casino game Coin Master. Never heard of any of this. What? This does look like Monopoly Go, though. Wow. That's almost identical.
100 million global downloads, $3 billion in lifetime revenue, and still making a ton of cash. Do I have to say more?
I'm curious if Coin Master actually pays you out money, or are people giving them $3 billion to win nothing? Because that's crazy.
In Monopoly Go, you hit a big red button to roll dice. In Coin Master, you then build in a themed city with your virtual money. Monopoly Go, same thing. Potato, potato. You build landmarks as you progress to new cities.
And honestly, I thought that was boring. I was like, bro, I've already built a city 5 times. This is the most boring gameplay loop ever.
In Coin Master, you then destroy others' landmarks or steal from them. Monopoly Go, potato, potato, same thing.
Dude, I was right. I literally was like, these look like ripped off other games, and it is, and yet they still make billions. So if there's a takeaway for me, it's copying wins sometimes.
Smash button, roll dice, attack, steal, repeat. That's the core loop of Monopoly Go.
So it's literally gambling. The only difference is instead of rolling, instead of spinning wheels, it's just rolling a dice to move.
For God's sake, you don't even have to tap the big red juicy button. You can just hold for auto roll.
Not only that, you can roll 10 times at once.
Keep rolling, but I'm out of dice. 5 rolls in 18 minutes. But if I don't want to wait, I can pay. $13.
$13. Now, if it's mostly boomers, this actually is like kind of weird. Many of your parents or grandparents are on their phone paying $13 to then roll a dice. I actually start to feel very bad for them. 5 rolls for $13. That means each roll is like over $2 for a single roll. That is crazy.
Everything in this game is time bound.
This is what Clash of Clans did, but I actually kind of liked it because then if you got really far, it felt good. So like, I feel like that's cool. This is weird.
You get hooked to this dopamine loop, dice after dice, and then suddenly you're out of dice. Want more? Please pay. Or wait 12 hours. It's your call. But that's how the game hooks you.
It did not hook me in that way. Once I hit that first dice limit, I was like, this game is not fun enough tapping a single button to want to pay $13.
This is a Skinner box in your phone, a dopamine simulator. Rolling dice, That's you pulling the arm of a slot machine.
Andrew Huberman would say this has other profound impacts on you by messing up your dopamine response system and making you get even less dopamine later and from other things. This could be so bad for you, it's probably understated.
It seamlessly integrates with Facebook so that you can nudge your friends to become fellow addicts.
Oh. Well, that explains the boomer situation immediately. You know they see that and they're like, oh, I get 5 rolls, let me invite Betty and freaking 15 other people named Betty, because they're all named Betty when they're 80.
Trade stickers for your sticker album, a feature that simulates progression. And people, believe you me, they do anything to complete their sticker albums, from rolling more dice to paying strangers real money. Facebook even has a dedicated official trading group where 8 million members are desperately losing it over stickers.
This makes sense. This is the type of thing boomers love. My grandma played Pocket Frogs for so long on her phone, I guarantee you didn't even know you could have that many frogs. Thousands. Every one of them perfectly 100% completed. Twice. This makes sense.
Some people spend their entire day on multiple devices to chase the unchaseable. On the App Store, it masquerades as a board game.
People love that. That's still a great rating.
As you progress, everything gets more expensive too. It takes more time to complete levels or replenish your dice. For very impatient players, this can be a massive wallet drain. On Reddit, I read how much people are spending on the game. It ranges.
All right, let's take a guess. I'm gonna say $100 is the low tier for super addicted people. I would say the maximum you're gonna see is 5,000. That's my guess. No one's past that.
Jaw-dropping sums, all the way to too much for sure. But some are straight up calling it what it is.
I saw 4K euros. That's about 5K.
After all, Scopely wants their games to become ingrained in your daily life and part of the routine.
Wow.
That was a tough pillow to swallow.
That would be a tough pillow to swallow.
That the game's age rating is 9+ on the App Store and marked everyone on Google Play. Despite this, Scopely says none of our games are targeted to kids. They're for a general audience.
I mean, I think I agree. Like kids, I think there's like kids, there's like teenagers. I would say kids, I would think of like 4 and 5-year-olds. I don't think they're gonna enjoy this, but it's targeted at young people. I don't know if you're calling teenagers kids. If you are,
36% need several days of ad exposure to install the game and another month to make their first purchase.
Dude, that's what happened to me. I saw ads everywhere for days and I was like, all right, I'll just get it. It was everywhere. Front page of the App Store. It was up here. It was on billboards. It was pre-roll ads. I was like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna try it out.
For their mobile game, The Walking Dead, their marketing was so intense, they even flew out a makeup artist to zombify PewDiePie for a play session, hitting 4 million views.
I mean, that's a sick ad idea with PewDiePie though, I'm not gonna lie.
Games usually come in 4 flavors. Ads based on IP to show the familiar board to target Monopoly fans. Ads based on wealth and upgrades, targeting those interested in progression. Ads on social interactions, targeting those looking for a social edge.
Wow.
And lastly, there are tons of paid influencer ads too.
Hey, why didn't they pay me? I would have done it. I would have done it like this guy. Who's this guy? Where's mine at? I take back everything. I don't think this is a scam at all. This is the greatest. My email's linked to my account. You know where it is.
These ad campaigns usually run for 1 to 2 years before they pay off. The idea is to really create a long-lasting flywheel effect.
Palworld's genius strategy. What does that have to do with this? What?
Something that I mentioned in my Palworld video, where the end goal is to get players bring in more players, not ads. But until then, it's an aggressive ad campaign and they are effective. But this strategy isn't unique to Monopoly Go. Coinmaster really pushed that envelope when suddenly you could see J-Lo and Cardi B pressing that red juicy button.
This brings up a great question. If you were J-Lo or one of these influencers and a brand came up to you and they were like, hey, talk about Monopoly Go for 30 seconds, we'll give you $100,000. Do you do it? Yes or no? Be honest. Would you actually do it or would you not do it? Tell me right now, because I don't know, I might. We'd depend.
Dial Coinmaster now. Come on, I'm waiting right here to whip your ass.
Somehow Cardi B makes it, I don't know why, that just made it feel more like a bootleg app. All of those feel fake. It's so weird that they all feel fake. Like, that's bizarre.
Ton of cash on celebrities fits right into the social casino world, a billion-dollar scene.
I see.
Unlike real casinos though, social casino games aren't really regulated. Real casinos, they have to watch out for players with problematic gambling behavior and are actually required to step in, otherwise they would face fines if they don't. That's how strictly regulated the traditional casino market is. Social casino games, however, they lack these strict regulations and safeguards against addiction.
So what am I missing here? Why has no casino that I know of made a game that got this successful? Why aren't casinos paying like infinite money to this studio to just pump out every casino game possible? I don't get it. Why would they not be doing that? They could even get around regulations and make even more money. What are you doing, casino people?
Given that social casino apps are also up to 5 times more addictive than traditional games, it's also much harder for players to just delete the app.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was a kid, I would literally specifically seek out addicting games, and I would go to a website called addictinggames.com and look for the most addicting games. I actually seeked this sort of game out. I would have eaten this up maybe as a 13-year-old.
Monopoly Go is the perfect example of a social casino app done right, but for all the wrong reasons. It mixes casual play and board game nostalgia, but cleverly conceals any casino undertones.
I just got dopamine from whatever just happened. I don't even know what this is, and I'm getting dopamine.
On darkpattern.games, a website reviewing addictive mobile games, Monopoly Go, falsely labeled as a family board game, is on the naughty list. It ticks off every box for manipulative design.
Let's see, we got daily rewards. Grinding? I literally enjoy games that are grinding. That's a dark pattern? I don't know. Like, these are things I actually enjoy. Like, I like grinding on games. I love Ark. I love games like that. Like it says it's impossible to win, an infinite treadmill. But like, I like those. That's what Minecraft is. The way to play, I understand. That's kind of like, if you can't even play the game, that's annoying. But some of these are a little weird. Like, I don't know, dude. That's odd.
Over in the US, where Scopely sells really big, there is talk of tightening the rules on buying things in games, especially for kids. But the real toll, though, is on the players, who get caught up and now regret it. They talk about their struggle to quit.
No way. Of all the things they get addicted to, you got addicted to this game? How?
The facade of Monopoly Go might be crumbling as more players catch on to the game's true nature.
I feel like I have not seen as many ads lately, so but maybe it just doesn't need it anymore because it's spreading now by word of mouth.
There's still fresh meat coming in every single day. Fresh meat that is unaware of the hidden dark cycle they are entering.
Feels weird because I was once fresh meat for this game.
On Scopely's website, they are boasting big. #1 mobile board game. Board game.
It's definitely not a board game. I mean, that's for sure. It's not a board game. I'm pretty sure I even got an email that looked just like this. Like, I thought they emailed us. They were like, we hit all these records. And I remember seeing it and thinking like, what a weird thing to brag about. I didn't feel like that was good. Cause I was like, this isn't even a good game. Like, you know, if Minecraft does it, like, oh, cool, you guys made something new or like whatever. This wasn't even innovative or new. It was like, this feels like a scam.
13 quintillion earned.
Probably about how much they made too.
Co-CEO writes that the game is a tangible reminder that there's much to celebrate and the games industry always finds the light. The only light I see is them cashing in on your addiction. This game is a tangible reminder of only one thing, that in the end, it's the house that always wins.
That's crazy. I think the biggest shock to me is that people actually liked the game enough to pay money. Like, there's no way that y'all actually enjoyed clicking a button and you didn't even get anything for it. That's just mind-blowing. You're trying to collect stickers? I would love somebody who really got into this game to just explain below how, because I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But thank you guys for watching. See you later. Peace.